If I tell you that you can have an outdoor security camera that doesn't require any cable plugs, and what's more, it records in 3K resolution and recharges with solar power. Well, that's exactly what the AIMO AOVPT 5 megapixel camera promises. A camera with a battery, solar panel, and Wi-Fi or 4G connection. It's designed for all of us who want to forget about complex installations with this kind of device. So today on TechGround, we're gonna put it to the test. We'll see what's in the box, how to install it, how well it records during the day and at night, and I'll also explain how its app works. So get comfortable, because this looks pretty good, and I'll tell you everything here on TechGround. Alright, who is behind this device? It's AIMO, a brand specialized in smart cameras, both for home and outdoor use. They've been focusing for a while now on wireless video surveillance, making it easy to use and not dependent on electrical installations, which we know can be a headache. With the AOVPT, they go further by adding an internal battery, solar panel, Wi-Fi, and as I mentioned, 4G long-term evolutions, and all of it designed so that it literally works anywhere from the facade of your house to a farm or a garage without a network. So if you like this kind of content, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. If you haven't already, like and turn on notifications to catch future TechGround videos and reviews. Now let's get to the unboxing and see what's inside. Inside the box, we see a pretty eye-catching box from AIMO in these orange and white colors. On the top, we see the model and some features that are already mentioned, like 24/7 recording and the battery powered by a solar panel. On the front, we find the same name and model of the device, highlighted features, on the left side an image of the device, and at the top right, they've already mentioned 4G long-term evolution, 3K and 5 megapixel as the resolution. As soon as we open it, we find the usual papers like the quick start guide, warranty card, and even a template to help us place our mounts on the wall. Below, we see the well-protected solar panel. On the back, we have a 1/4-inch thread so we can screw it onto its mount, and a pretty long 4-meter cable with a USB-C end. Below that, there's the wall mounting system. This little tube with the thread so we can attach it to the back. We remove the cork, revealing the camera. What do we find on the right? The L-shaped mount, both for the wall and the ceiling, screws with anchors for the different surfaces. The anchors, the mount for the solar panel, which will also be screwed to the wall or ceiling, wherever we prefer. A 1-meter USB-C to USB-A charging cable. And finally, the well-protected camera arrives with a nice presentation and appears to be high quality. That's it. All of this is what comes inside the box of this AIMO AVPT, okay? Now out of its box, let's talk about the design, because at first glance it has a robust look. It's white combined with black, and it integrates very well on any wall, ceiling, or roof where we want to put it, in any property or house. It weighs a little over half a kilo, it's solid, but not excessively heavy, and it's made of a plastic that seems to be good quality, durable, with IP66 certification. It will withstand rain, dust, sun, and below zero temperatures. The most striking part is its black front sphere, which pivots and houses the main sensor at the front. Right on the sides, we see the white LEDs for illumination, and below them some flashing red and blue LEDs that will turn on to deter intruders, if necessary. On each side, there are 2 adjustable antennas, so we can improve and move the reception of the Wi-Fi or 4G signal. And below, we have the part where the sticker comes to connect it to the app, a flap that houses the USB-C and the power button. And here's the camera sensor. The main thing is the sensor, the camera. The camera sensor, the sensor, the sensor. The main sensor is the camera sensor. The camera sensor is the camera one. The camera, the main sensor, the camera sensor, the sensor, the camera sensor. The main sensor is the sensor to make the most of the face. Something I find really good is that it has a 4-meter cable, so you can run the cable along the facade, under the gutter, or anywhere else. so you can place the solar panel where it gets the most light and sun on your unit, okay? A really nice detail is that it can even charge at temperatures below -10 degrees. This will help extend its lifespan and also protect the battery. At first glance, it feels high quality. It doesn't seem like a cheap camera and looks built to last in any season. So now let's talk about the specifications and how it works. As for the resolution, it records up to 3K, which is pretty good for faces and license plates. As for the internal battery, it has 10,000 milliamp hours, which we can supplement with the 5 watts from the solar panel. I've managed to charge it about 20-30% in around 34 hours. Just so you get an idea, the sun is shining. It's autumn, not summer, but still, the camera maintains the battery and also increases it and gives it power. It started at about 70% and charged to nearly 90% in 3 hours. Connectivity is also important. It will have Wi-Fi. We can connect it through the 2.4G network and also with 4G long-term evolution coverage, which we can install on the top part. Here, on the top part of the sphere, we have 2 screws and clockwise and suggest perfect with a Sequoia, I like you, Hopestad. It was left by illumination, and here, that's right, it includes Elfo. Could you? See, we passed mythicals thanks to the LED lights. It also features intelligent detection with the AIMO Sense artificial intelligence system, which can detect people up to 25 meters away to prevent false alarms, animals, or some branch that might get in sometimes. The always-on video technology is the always-on video. This means it will record every 2 seconds to save energy, but when it detects movement, it will switch to high-quality recording and can record frame by frame. This will help extend the memory, prevent it from wearing out so quickly, and also help you save some battery. We'll review the iMove Live app during installation, which is very fast. You'll only need a ladder, a pencil, and a drill to screw in and fit the brackets. The brackets use 7 screws total, 4 and 3. You put them in, place the anchor during installation, make 2 clicks, screw the panel in directly, and your installation is done. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes, and it was all super quick and very convenient because you just have to fit the device and place the solar panel wherever you prefer. Let's begin the test and installation. I took advantage of the fact that evening is falling to do the first night test and see how it works, because that's where those types of cameras usually struggle, and tomorrow we'll also see how it performs over time. Alright, I just took the camera out of its place, let's turn it on. I'm opening the app, the camera has the green light on, as you can see, it's blinking. It will scan, get into position, and we'll add the device. We load the QR code and I'll place it in its spot. As you can see, connecting Wi-Fi is just a click. I haven't inserted a SIM card, okay? It's nighttime and I'm going to start recording the phone screen so you can see the app with me. We have the icon, we hold it down, and we can go straight into the camera. Let's go to the main section where we have the home. As you can see down here, we have different home panels. The activation section where we can create scenarios automatically and manually with conditions. The AIMO section is our virtual assistant system that helps answer our questions. The messaging section and the profile section. First, at the top left, we will have the option to create different homes. If we want to manage different houses, we can add them here and add all our cameras. We can also search for any shortcut, any questions we have about the configuration, and we can add devices manually. Up here, as you can see, I already have different scenarios created. Me, with a simple tap, I activate the alarm and the spotlight. I activate and deactivate the camera. Currently, it's activated. When I tap to deactivate, the camera enters standby mode. It takes a moment. Delay. I'll activate the camera in 2 seconds, then activate it again, okay? the moment it establishes a connection. Then we have the option here to go directly into the camera and view multiple feeds from the different cameras we have, or also switch the viewing mode between standard and advanced. And you'll see that a few things change here. From the camera window section, we can also enable private mode. With just one button, it will be activated, and we can also deactivate it. Once we're inside the camera section, there are different options that we can configure. Here we have the alarm information, all the alarms, all the data that comes up when it captures something, message settings for push notifications when the device is offline, plus the option for all videos. To see here everything that is being stored in the internal memory, everything that is being recorded in a historical sequence. As you can see here, share the device and its details to view detection settings, working mode, and more. We'll dive into this now. Inside the camera, there are 4 more panels. The remote control panel, where we'll have the pan, tilt, zoom to operate the camera and control its position. What angle should it work at? We also have the option to save different preset angles. In this case, this is to save it, in this case, as a favorite. I have the stairs set. It will automatically go to the stairs section, which is that one over there. The door is the default position where the camera always starts when turned on, which is what interests me. People come to the house, so it records them, or if there's an intruder, it detects them. In fact, it just detected me. I recorded a message telling you to leave my property immediately. The function section also lets us activate actions like private mode and the siren. We can turn on the lights, calibrate the camera, choose the recording mode, set intervals, take snapshots, adjust event recording settings, and decide how long each interval records. We also have sequential video. What we're going to be able to do is take a series of photos and generate a video instead of recording. The option to customize, as you've seen, and the option to send a message about any anomaly we've detected in the camera. Then the same section includes messages, notifications, the list, history, and data services. Right now, I don't have any card inserted, but you can insert a 4G SIM card and stay connected to the network constantly without relying on Wi-Fi. Already inside the camera, we go here to see that we can activate the sound and listen to everything we're saying. Is the camera receiving? Activate the recording. Start recording. If we're live and we see something that interests us, then start recording it. Activate the microphone. So I speak through here and it goes directly through the camera. We have two-way communication, can take pictures, and select recording quality, 3K, 2K, or 720. As shown in the monitoring, the camera has 75% power and uses 214 kilobytes per second. What is the data transmission speed? Of course, the live data, the time, the date. Here we can send, for example, if we want to share the device or add this camera to the home screen. In the settings section, you'll find extensive options like detection configuration, including human and vehicle detection. Boundary box, the area where the activity zone is generated. We can add layers. Here, the camera's field of view is limited. I could add, for example, a detection zone right here in this part. And what about us? With these points, we can choose exactly where we want the camera to detect. I'm going to save it because I have the one for the door set up. The sensitivity, if we want it to be medium, low, or high for the distance at which it's going to capture. Detection on all day, or we can also set up time slots when we want detection to happen, for example, only at night. The alert and the sirens, which here are not related to the lights, whether they are flashing or steady. Then there's the red and blue light alert, which we can also activate. These are the small lights below that trigger the siren when something is detected. I set the alarm tone to leave my property. Here I can add a tone and say, please do not enter my door, or please do not access these facilities, they are private. All of this will be recorded and we can save it in order to notify. Have it go Nino, Nino, Nino directly instead of a siren. What we have recorded, that's really good. The volume can go up to 5, which will be extremely loud. Why test and repeat in this case? How many times should the message repeat? In this case, I have set it to just 1. For 10 seconds, the local storage is 32 gigs, of which we've already used 1 gig. With recordings and everything else we've done, as you can see, it's detecting the same people and the alarm is triggered. The battery level, the settings. Here we can rotate the image in case we have it mounted on the ceiling. Night vision, if we want intelligent night vision. When someone is detected, the lights turn on and switch to color, otherwise they remain off. It's simply in black and white. In more settings, you'll find the status light, add to home screen, encryption, time zone, and more. That's it. About the app, as you can see, it's a very extensive app and it has a lot of features. With this section for scenes, we can program them ourselves in a smart way, like passive infrared recording. These are functions that we will need. Certain elements, like when we open a door, for example, a light turns on, or when it hears an unusual sound like glass breaking. Also, for the alarm to go off or start recording, I've set up scenes like the alarm, spotlight, and detection. In this case, you can add them without any problem. In manual scenes, add this device's action to enable privacy mode. At a specific time or date, we also have home security, which depends on conditions. We can also add an automatic or manual scene and say, for example, to add an option like do not disturb. And we can just press a button and activate this scene that we want to customize. And then we also have the algo play. These are functions that will also require certain conditions, and they're free for a limited time, like vehicle detection, human intrusion, and line crossing detection. For example, we have a large window, or we have a garage door. The moment someone crosses that door, will the recording activate or perform other actions like occlusion or abnormal sound detection? What did I say about a plate or window breaking? It should alert us immediately and begin recording, right? So that's it. This is everything about the app. I hope you've seen it in detail. I didn't want to go on too long, but there are many things we can configure with the infrared activated. As you can see, the black and white quality is very good. Activating the mode with the full color LED spotlight brightly lights the scene, letting you see everything clearly even at night. In my case, the street has some light, but we can clearly see faces, license plates, and movements. Also, the red and blue lights will activate to fully deter intruders or anyone lingering nearby. And from the app, we'll be able to do practically everything. Move the lens, turn on the spotlight, the microphone, and watch the recordings in real time. And you can even talk to someone if they're in front of the camera. In case they have to leave a package or we need to address someone, we can speak directly through the camera. The app is intuitive, fast, works well on Wi-Fi or 4G, but has slight delay. But also, thanks to intelligent detection, it not only notifies you when it detects people, but also vehicles. And all of this happens in real time, okay? There's something good I wanted to talk to you about, a bit more specifically that could be even better. It wasn't heard very well. Okay, it's the alarm and sound system, which sounds pretty good. The communication is also quite optimal. And I wanted to show you, because as soon as it recognizes the person, the camera will immediately turn on its alert, it will sound, and honestly, it's pretty loud. Listen, the function lasts about 10 seconds. Can we customize it? What about tracking? It works great. The camera always follows you. Right now, it's doing it, and it behaves quickly, smoothly, and is very versatile when it comes to detecting different objects, people, and vehicles. As for rotation, it has a 90-degree tilt and a 360-degree rotation. Pretty much, it's 350 degrees, but we can turn it all the way around, practically to the bed. This makes it very versatile if we want to monitor or set anchor points. For example, I have the stairs and main door set up, and this makes access very quick. It also provides reference points, allowing us to switch the camera between positions with one touch. Let's wrap up with my favorite parts and what didn't stand out as much. First, the wireless plug-free installation is great since it eliminates the need to make grooves, run cables, or drill holes. The solar panel is excellent, useful, well-designed, and efficient. The always-on video technology, saving memory and saving energy, is really good. Also, the 25-meter detection by artificial intelligence gives us a much greater range than other cameras. The deterrent LEDs are honestly very well placed. The two-way communication and 4G Wi-Fi connections look great. Honestly, I think that's a strong point. An improvement would be adding optical zoom since we only have digital zoom. We're going to depend on sunlight to have a long-lasting charge. Otherwise, from time to time, we'll have to recharge. We can charge it via USB-C, and if you normally use 4G, you can end up spending quite a bit of money. The price on their website is about 139 euros, and I think that for what it costs and what it offers, a camera with these features is really worth it. So, what's your final verdict? Well, it's a great outdoor camera with a very fast connection, no plugs, like I said, no cables in the way, just the cable for the solar panel. And it has those 5 megapixels, a pretty good resolution. There may be more complete options, but I think this is the most balanced one so far. It works well, is easy to install, and delivers on its promises, approved by TechGround. I think AIMO is doing a better and better job with their cameras. And that's it. If you want, leave a comment about what you think. If you have any questions, if you're thinking about buying a camera, just let us know. I would like to know your opinion. And subscribe, give it a like if you enjoyed this video, and share it with anyone who might need it. A camera with these features to monitor your house outdoors and without wires. That's it, I'm signing off now, thank you for being there. Any discounts we have will be left for you in the description, along with the link. And again, we'll see you in the next TechGround video.